All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the globe. And the elect begins with 144,000. YAHAWAH, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jehovah. BAHASHAM is in the name. YAHAWASHI, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The Rakakwa Dashichis, the Holy Spirit. I'm the brother I would Lumia with the Jam in Chicago branch out here in Chicago. Come back at you with another lesson. And Lord willing, I hope this lesson be edifying. To the ones of the household of faith, the ones of the hopeful righteous elect. Lord willing, I hope this lesson be edifying. And Salakia for the background noise. I'm outside doing this lesson. But hopefully I hope this lesson still be edifying. I just want to, basically entitled this lesson, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands, if you how about Shem YAHAWASHI. We're really understanding the true nature, of the Lord, because, the world have this notion or perceive that the Lord is all good, especially, us, just talk about us in this truth. Prior to us coming into this truth, we thought the same thing, that Yahweh Shem YAHAWASHI is all good, no matter what you do, you'll be forgiven, no matter what you do, you'll be forgiven of all things, no matter what type of sin you commit, Yahweh Shem YAHAWASHI ultimately will forgive you. But when you come into this truth, you really understand judgment. The judgment that Yahweh Shem YAHAWASHI ultimately brings, and you'll really, find out the true nature of Yahweh Shem YAHAWASHI, the type of judgments that the Lord, starting with the Heavenly Father, the type of judgment, that comes down. You see the Lord, judging these wicked ass niggas, in the worst type of ways at that. Even the ones that know that they're Israelites, it even talks about, those that knew the Lord's will and then prepare themselves, they should be beaten with many stripes. The Lord really comes down with that heavy judgment. But I just want to, jump into it. This is the book of Hebrews 10 and 31. It says, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Right? It is a fearful thing because the type of judgment that Yahweh Shem YAHAWASHI brings down. The things that Yahweh Shem YAHAWASHI do to these individuals on the planet Earth. The type of judgment. Let's just, go over some. You can get hit by, a bus, a train. Some people was born, with deformities. Things of that nature. That's that's the terrible judgment of Yahweh Shem YAHAWASHI. The Lord could put a evil spirit on you. The Lord could put a sodomite, spirit on you. These are the different things that Yahweh Shem YAHAWASHI, the type of judgment that Yahweh Shem YAHAWASHI brings. But we was actually talking about this in class, basically a few weeks ago, going into words and things like that. But something that I found interesting, how you go into this verse and basically go into hands for G5495. Let's actually get that real quick. Let's get the pronunciation.
Strong's G 5495.
Chayer. It says, if you really scroll down for the outline of biblical usage, it says what? And determining and controlling the destinies of men. All right. Yahweh Shem YAHAWASHI ultimately controls, our paths. The things that, that we do, the Lord controls all of that. The Lord basically, bear with me for a second. The Lord will ultimately put you in a position, he'll basically, direct your path into a harsh judgment. The Lord will have you, put it to your mind to go somewhere, so you can basically, get your judgment and things that you think, basically the Lord directs your paths. The Lord directs your footsteps. The Lord ultimately controls every single one of us. So that's what's so scary about this thing, especially us that's that understand this truth. The Lord really has that candle, up on us because we know the will of Yahweh Shem YAHAWASHI. That's why you see when people fall out the truth, they be having much more of a harsh judgment. Whether a person get hit by a train or a bus, a person left disabled. The Lord basically putting the evil spirit on the individual. Because the Lord, the Lord is the Father of spirits. The Lord can jack you up in an infinite amount of ways. that we haven't ever seen before. That's why it's so scary. That's why this thing is so scary. That's why, Yahweh is known as what? The King of Terrors. You know? That, man, that's what makes, this thing so scary, man. But let's go back to those precepts I had up. Because ultimately, when you come into this truth and really understand the nature of YAHAWASHI, you'll understand that the Lord it's nothing to fuck with, man. Just to put it in simple terms, the Lord is nothing to fuck with. Let's get this. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach, 5, and let's see. And let's see, and 4. It says, "Say not, I have sinned, and what harm have happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering, and he will in no wise let thee go." Right? So you thinking you sinning out here, that nothing is not going to happen to you. You're out here committing all type of, wicked acts and things like that. And you think you're doing this scot-free, like nothing is not going to happen to you. And it says what? It says, for the Lord is long suffering. Because you have to understand that YAHAWASHI has the angels, down here basically building a report, on you for the things that you do on this earth. The Lord is building a report on you, Because what? Even, I believe that's Ecclesiastes 8, the hearts of the Son of Man are set to do evil, Ultimately, YAHAWASHI has your number. That's what's so scary about this thing, man. You never know when a judgment is coming, But I'm going to continue in this. It says, verse 5, it says, "Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin." That's what these wicked niggas do. They add sin unto sin, Because like I mentioned before, these niggas don't have no fear, Yeah, these niggas don't have no fear from the things that they do. They add sin to sin. They try to become more wicked than they was yesterday. Not understanding that BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is basically recording these things. The Lord has a lot of you niggas number, man. All you niggas numbers. But it says, verse 6, it says, "And say not his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners." That's why Amos 9 says what? All the sinners of my people, shall die by the sword. Loosely paraphrasing. Hey, the Lord is finna get rid of you, a lot of you niggas, because what? You don't fear him. The Lord is gonna get rid of a lot of you niggas, man. And this is a scary thing, because what? The judgment that YAHAWASHI is bringing down this time around, Jacob's trouble. You can read about the 4 sword judgments in Jeremiah the 15th chapter. Swords, pestilence, the famines, the sword to slay the teeth of wild beasts. These are the different judgments that YAHAWASHI is preparing to unleash on the world, But this time on a larger margin, the Lord is gonna bring some things that we haven't ever experienced before, Because ultimately, what the Lord is gonna basically what? He's gonna be known again unto the world, It says, verse 7, "Make no tearing to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance." And right, that's ultimately what's going to happen, man. A lot of these niggas are going to perish in the day of vengeance, Salakia about that. I'm going to plan on wrap this lesson up soon, avoid this lesson getting taken down. But let me read that again. Verse 6, it says, "And say not his mercy is great, and he will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation rests upon sinners." Exactly right, man. The Lord is going to judge 2/3, of our people and the rest of these heathens, man. This is the time that we're living in. Mass judgment, because ultimately, YAHAWASHI is to be feared, This is the book of Psalms 37-28. It says, "For Yahawah loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off." Right, it says what? Yahawah loveth judgment, man. You know, the Lord can't wait to get rid of you two-thirds, man. And in gruesome fashion. Hey, what does 2 Esdras the 9th chapter say? The same must know it after death by pain. You know, the Lord is basically concocting, you know. If you ever, I'm gonna just give you an example. If you ever seen the franchise Saw, you know how gruesome that was? Just imagine that and what the Lord is gonna do to these people, man. But on a much larger margin, you know. Hey, the Lord has something special for the wicked, which is two-thirds of our people, these heathens, starting with Esau Edom. You know, the Lord has something special planned, man. You know, and it's not going to be nice. This is the book of Zephaniah 3-5. It says, "The just power Yahawah is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning does he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame." Right, every day YAHAWASHI is bringing judgment, man. You know, and ultimately when Yahawah sent his son YAHAWASHI back, you know, to basically, you know, to destroy this place, you know, to slay the wicked. Hey, the world is gonna know once again to fear the Lord. You know, because what? The Lord made his name known, you know, in Egypt when he delivered the Israelites. You know, the Lord is gonna make his name known again. You know, by what? Bringing that death and destruction, that harsh judgment upon the world, and it's well deserved. Because what? The world is going to understand, you know, to fear the Lord. Let's continue. This is the book of Sirach 39, and let's see. Sirach 39-28, it says, "There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them." Right, the Lord basically what? Putting evil spirits on individuals to what? To do his will, you know? And what? We know what different serial killers, you know, that the Lord, you know, basically what? Put these evil spirits on. And that's another thing why we must fear the Lord, you know? The Lord putting an evil spirit on the individual just to go buck wild, you know, to put you to death. Hey, that's terrifying, man. You know? And it says, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Right. And it's ultimately to please, you know, the Father of spirits, the King of terrors, Yahawah. You know? It says, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. Right. So, hey, I quoted that Jeremiah 15. Primarily Jeremiah 15-2, going into the four sword judgments of the Lord. But this time it's going to be amplified. You know, the Lord is going to really show you why he's to be feared. You know, why it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Hebrews 10-31, which I started off with, man. And going into that definition, you know, the Lord ultimately directing your, you know, basically directing your footsteps. You know, the Lord basically guiding you. The Lord can either guide you towards the right or towards the left, towards salvation or towards destruction, man. And the mass majority of these people is going to be led towards what? Towards destruction, you know? Because ultimately the Lord is nothing to play with, you know? You know, a lot of these people take the Lord for granted, not really understanding the true nature of YAHAWASHI. It's going to catch these people off guard. But I got one more. Because ultimately that cherry on top is those thermonuclear missiles, which ultimately, you know, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI put into the minds of these scientists to create, to basically deliver that judgment. This is the book of Ezekiel 22-20. "As they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in my anger and my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you." Right. YAHAWASHI is nothing to play with, man. The Lord can basically can control time, man. He will leave you in that fire so you can feel that fire. This is who we dealing with, man, the King of terrors. You know? Ultimately, you know, just to bring this lesson across, the Lord is nothing to play with, man. You know, the King of terrors. They call the Lord the King of terrors for a reason. You know, the Lord is nothing to be played with. But I just hope this lesson was edifying. Just something on my spirit for the last couple of weeks, and Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Finally got it out, through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. So I'm gonna end it off right there. Lord willing, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to end up by giving all praise, honor, glory to YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone that taught us the truth. Salutations to the hopefully elect that's around the four corners of the globe. Lord willing, I hope this lesson was edifying. Till next time. Wa ababa, shalom, mekwam yasharala.